The recruiting process can feel like navigating a maze. Without the right guidance, it's easy to take wrong turns that cost your child opportunities, time, and even scholarship money. In this video, we'll dive into the most common mistakes families make during the recruiting journey and how these pitfalls can lead to long-term consequences. By identifying these traps early, you can avoid the frustration and heartbreak that comes with being unprepared and misinformed. Hey guys, it's Janie Bolte, college volleyball recruiting coach, and I am so excited to get into this video with you. Let's go. Mistake number one, believing that club teams and tournaments are enough. One of the biggest misconceptions that families have is thinking that playing on a club team and attending tournaments will automatically get your child recruited. While playing club volleyball can provide exposure, it's far from a guaranteed ticket to a college roster. Too many families assume that simply being present at these events is enough. But the reality is that coaches are looking for much more than just who stands out at a tournament. Coaches aren't just scanning the crowd, they're evaluating players that they've already had on their radar. If your child isn't strategically positioned in front of the right coaches, these opportunities often become missed chances. Depending solely on club coaches or tournaments to put your child in front of a college coach is actually putting your child at a disadvantage because it leaves too much to chance and lacks the focused approach needed to make meaningful connections. Mistake number two, waiting too long to start the process. The recruiting timeline is something that catches many people off guard. Some think that they can wait until junior or senior year to get serious about recruiting, but by then it's often pretty late. The truth is that many college programs start looking at players as early as freshman year or even earlier. Those early recruits become the benchmark for evaluating other prospects. If your child isn't one of those early connections, they're constantly playing catch up. Starting late in the game can result in missed opportunities, limited options, and settling for a school that isn't the right fit. You want your child to be the player that sets the bar, not the one who gets compared against others. The earlier you start, the better positioned your child will be to attract genuine interest from the right programs. But major disclaimer, if you're a junior or senior and you're just now starting the recruiting process, you are not too late. There are plenty of programs out there with spots. We just have to be very strategic with how we approach the recruiting process to make sure that we show the right coaches the volleyball value that you can bring to the table so that they want you on their roster. Mistake number three, relying solely on club coaches. Another pitfall is putting all of your eggs in the club coach basket. While club coaches can be a valuable resource, relying solely on them to guide your child's recruiting journey is a mistake. Club coaches typically focus on the top 1% of players, leaving others with limited attention. And even if they do offer support, their knowledge and network are often restricted to certain programs or regions. And with the right strategies, you don't need to depend on club coaches to connect with college programs. I've developed a system that empowers families to take control of the recruiting process, opening doors to a wider range of schools that fit your child's unique needs. You'll learn how to effectively communicate with any coach, regardless of your starting point, and make your child stand out as a top prospect. Mistake number four, being reactive instead of proactive. Being reactive in the recruiting process is like waiting for opportunities to come to you, a risky move in such a competitive field. Some families rely on automated profiles, recruiting platforms, or waiting for programs to post open spots. This passive approach is not the mindset of a true athlete, and it rarely leads to the best outcomes. The families that see the most success are the ones who are proactive. They don't wait for coaches to come knocking. They find the school that fits their child's goals and take the initiative to show those coaches why their athlete is a must-have. By being proactive, you're not only increasing your child's visibility, but also demonstrating the work ethic that coaches value. Mistake number five, not following a strategic plan. Recruiting without a strategy is a recipe for stress and missed opportunities. Without a clear plan, families often find themselves overwhelmed, constantly second guessing their decisions, and even clashing with their teens over what to do next. This lack of direction leads to procrastination, redoing work that wasn't done correctly in the first place, and ultimately falling for bad advice that can even jeopardize your child's eligibility. On the other hand, having a strategic plan allows you to approach each stage of the process with confidence and clarity. It eliminates the guesswork, reduces stress, and helps you stay focused on what truly matters. This is where expert guidance can make all the difference. Mistake number 6, confusing volleyball value with God-given value. One of the most significant mistakes families can make during the recruiting process is confusing their child's volleyball value with their God-given value. When your child's identity becomes entangled with their athletic performance, the highs and lows of the sport can take a much deeper emotional toll. This confusion can lead to your child feeling like a failure when they don't meet expectations on the court, causing them to internalize every piece of feedback as a reflection of their worth rather than as constructive guidance. When your child's self-worth is tied to their volleyball performance, every criticism from a coach or every missed opportunity can feel personal and devastating. This is not only hindering their ability to grow as an athlete, but also impacts their mental and emotional well-being. It's crucial to keep these two values separate, reminding your child that their worth in God's eyes is unchanging and infinitely greater than any achievement on the court or off the court. By maintaining this perspective, your child can approach the recruiting process with confidence, resilience, and a healthy mindset, making them more open to learning and growing from feedback rather than being crushed by it. The recruiting process is full of potential pitfalls, and the consequences of these mistakes can be serious. Families who don't take the right approach often miss out on the best opportunities for their child. But here's the good news. You don't have to make the mistakes. If you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and start making meaningful progress, I have a link below for you. You'll learn how to avoid these common traps and implement a step-by-step strategy that puts your child on the path to success. Don't wait until it's too late. Take control of the process now. Give your child the best chance at finding the perfect college fit. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If this video opened your eyes to the real challenges of recruiting, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I'll be breaking down even more insider tips in future videos. So stay tuned and don't forget to check out the link below so that you can take charge of your recruiting process today.